Hey yo, shut up Jimmy Cage, split it up and send me the rage. I'm finna get pissed off and punching your face, running the maze before the race. You can lap me, overstep me. You wanna press, but you don't even wanna have me. Alright, what's up, guys? Today was kind of like a really good day, but also I barely slept last night, and I think that kind of affected in how I was executing, even though I felt like I really wasn't executing that much differently than I normally was. But either way, my game plan for today was I am bullish as long as ES remains above around 63.14 or like 63.20 area. If we're above this range, which is an LVN that I have on one of my volume profiles, we are sure to go up. If we break into there and we start building volume below that, then I am fully expecting us to traverse downwards and enter in that previous range and then trade off of that. So I'm trying to reflect where ES is in the market and where NQ is. And that's where it kind of leads us to my executions. Very first off, trade, I saw some absorption right here on the right hand side. I checked my notes for entry and exit criteria, and it was saying you got this building of blue delta that is not progressing, then you go ahead and short that. I think I had shorted it way too early, or my stop was way too tight, and I got stopped out of a perfectly good trade. It was pretty upsetting, but again, kind of like the theme of this video is very well on the thesis and the reasoning, but just kind of suck dick, you know? At this point, I had totally missed what would otherwise be a very good setup, which is that delta and the retest. But I was like, hey, whatever, there's still a higher low or an LVN return. I'm gonna take this up to like the highs. This is probably around the low a day. I had saw price starting to break down right after this higher low. I was like, look, I'm gonna take my profits where I'm at right now, and I could re-enter when possible. And so that's what I did. Now, here you can just see me getting stopped out, you know, just here's another entry, another try. I get stopped out of this too. And one thing I didn't really pay attention to was we're right at this point at that LVN that I'm talking about at ES. This is that area. And what we have here is like textbook absorption at these lows, right? So absorption is not an event. It is a process that happens. So an event is like news comes out, boom, huge candle wick, and it's like, what the fuck? Now we have to respond to where those sellers were present or those buyers were present. A process is a price approaches down, gets sucked up, price goes back up, comes back to that relative area, gets sucked back up, and then you'll see as price is going, it's building this node, right? And then at the bottom, or at least on the delta profile, the red is just like the bottom half is just red and the top half is just blue. This is just like textbook absorption. I'm gonna throw a video I have right here about that. So it's really like a bummer I missed out on this, and I think it was because I was tired, because at this LVN we have this absorption happening, price is not pushing farther down. We are going all the way back up to the highs, baby. This is low a day. This is like freaking bottom is in, buy up, go. Widen your stop, boy. You know, and I'm kind of disappointed. My P&L is like negative 170 or something like that, which is okay. It's just a bummer when your thesis is right and execution happened poorly, to where it was like, why did I end up losing money? You know, I really got like those tight stops. I have to remember that, those stupid tight stops, and maybe I'm entering too late. I think that's another consideration. I should actually wait for the retest on that line. I don't know, part of me feels like a wider stop is more reasonable, because there are cases where it's a higher low or it's an LVN return, stuff like that. And so I don't want to miss on the higher low or LVN return, given that there is you know, waiting for that retest. But I think what I could do is like, I can just take more stops. But I know how psychologically that gets me. Like, I took 3 stops at this bottom, and I was like, bro, there's no way the bottom's in. Like, I'm just gonna get chopped up. I'm gonna end up losing more money, getting tilted. I don't want to do that. You know, I don't think my execution was really poorly, but I think overall execution mixed with game plan was poor, right? And overlapping game plan and then what to look for or being observant of what is happening as of now in this day and executing based off of that, because I totally could have played off the low a day right here, rode this up to the highs, put like 5 MNQ on this thing and made like 600 or something like that. I don't know, you know, put my P&L back at break even on this fucking account. But hey, that is what it is. This is a learning day. I'm gonna take that. So hopefully I catch that next time. You know, we'll keep this one in the books. Talk to you guys soon. Peace.